Hi, my name is Dominic, and today I'll be presenting on Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC. The company produces advanced semiconductors used in AI, smartphones, automotive systems, and computing devices worldwide. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company was founded in 1987 by Morris Chang as the world's first dedicated semiconductor foundry. From its early years, the company focused on manufacturing, testing, and packaging integrated circuits for other technology companies, rather than producing its own branded chips. Throughout the 1990s, TSMC became a leader in production capacity and advanced technology, setting industry standards for chip fabrication. Today, it's the largest semiconductor manufacturer in the world, serving a global customer base across AI, smartphones, automotive systems, and computing industries. TSMC's primary purpose is to manufacture advanced semiconductors for technology companies worldwide. As a dedicated foundry, it focuses mainly on wafer fabrication, such as testing and packaging, rather than producing its own whole chips. The company serves key markets like AI and automotive systems and high performance computing. And by providing cutting edge manufacturing and design support, TSMC plays a vital role in global technology innovation.
Hi, I'm Brian. So when it comes to employment at TSMC, there's a lot of different options that came up, especially with like new facilities being like sprung up all around Arizona. Because I know there's a couple coming up like in northern Phoenix. So I tried to look for positions specifically that were like tailored towards things that people could do that you didn't really need like a crazy degree for. So I kept it mostly to just high school diplomas, and then so the first one I found was the entry AMHS technician. So that included like installing, testing, moving around like wafers and stuff like that. It was a lot of just like normal tasks that you would like need somebody to do. And then something that was like pretty common throughout all these like different jobs were that they were like really intensive shifts, like surprisingly so. Like they were pretty comparable to like doctors and stuff like that with like how like specific they were and like how like stressful and stuff like that. Oh, what is it? And then for the constructional electrical technician, that just mostly involves like installing stuff, maintenance, and then like troubleshooting, and then seeing what's like wrong with stuff. A lot of like pretty kind of things you would assume would be involved with that. And then process technician, which is just like monitoring stuff, making sure like everything's going to plan, nothing's going wrong, like alarms, like something hasn't gone critically wrong with the system. And then again, another 12-hour intervals, and then these both only needed the high school diploma or the GED. So I thought those were some pretty interesting employment options that they offered. When it comes to news, some of the most recent was that TSMC reported an increase of 17% in revenue from October, which I found to be absolutely insane. What is it? That was equivalent to the revenue of 367.47 billion, which is kind of mind blowing when you think about it. Just from like a single month, an increase in 17% in that revenue. That'd be like actually like billions all of a sudden like coming back this month. And then that was mostly because of the demand from Nvidia, since they're like the biggest when it comes to like manufacturing like actual like GPUs and stuff like that, which a lot of that stuff that requires AI, since they're now like integrating that. And then there was also another interesting part where like Tesla was like thinking of maybe like making their own manufacturing, since like they want to keep growing their sectors too. But like one of the limiters to that was just the possibility of not getting a supply from like AI chips and stuff like that, which are now like becoming a bigger part of every sort of company. And then since that's something they fear, they're like planning to maybe like come up with something. I don't think it was certain yet, but they're like talking about it and they're in the works of it. So I thought those were pretty interesting news segments.
TSMC's strengths are that it's a global leader in advanced semiconductor manufacturing, as it's pioneered the foundry model with a diverse customer base in AI smartphones and computing. TSMC's challenges are the geopolitical contentions and high US expansion costs, as well as growing competition from other chip producing nations, in addition to its reliance on Taiwan's stability. TSMC's opportunities are its $100 billion US investment into creating new Arizona fabs, rising global chip demand, and a strong position to support CHIPS Act goals and future AI driven innovation. Its economic implications are the massive US investment boosts in local jobs, strengthening the semiconductor supply chain and supports domestic manufacturing goals in the US. TSMC's technological implications include advanced fabrication to enable US growth in AI, defense, and computing industries, reducing reliance on foreign chip suppliers. Its geopolitical implications are that it's critical to national security. US Taiwan cooperation helps to counter China's growing semiconductor influence. Its strategic implications are that TSMC's expansion aligns with the CHIPS Act initiatives, ensuring innovation, leadership, and supply resilience. In conclusion, an interesting fact about TSMC is that it's the world's first dedicated semiconductor foundry and is still the largest chip manufacturer globally. TSMC plays a critical role in powering AI, smartphones, automotive systems, and computing around the world. Recent news highlights how companies like Nvidia and Tesla rely on TSMC for their chip supply, showing its influence on global technology, innovation, tech and chips. Despite challenges like global competition and supply chain risks, TSMC's expansion and career opportunities make it a leader in both industry and workforce development. Here are our references, and thank you for listening.